A trip of a lifetime became a reality. We were invited to sail down the Mozambican coast on the yacht Bom Dia, owned and operated by our good friend Hugo Nell. We were going to make this a fishing trip of a lifetime. So we did. After getting all the travelling from Beira to Pemba behind us, we could finally pull anchor and set sail south. After just setting out the spread and getting on course heading south, the smallest reel in the spread goes off with a big run. I knew this was a big fish, so all the rods got pulled in, and as I'm reeling in the last one, a Dorado comes and takes the lure right by the boat. Now we have a double up on our hands. Dorado put up a very nice fight, but after a few acrobatic jumps, I had him on the deck, taking a few pictures, and I sent him straight back. But this was an unexpected release, although a release it is. Finally, the big fish was landed. Turned out to be a big yellowfin tuna in the 45 kilogram range. After a big struggle and a few pictures, this fish was released safely. With no more fish being hooked on the first day, we spent most of the day relaxing and enjoying each other's good company. We were all very anxious and excited for the days to come. Every morning started off with some good coffee and rusks, soon to be followed by some fresh fruits. After just a few sips of coffee, we were on with the fish. Super excited and the only one around, I grabbed the rod and fought it. It was a beautiful Dorado. This one was quite a bit bigger than the first, so the fight was much different. After a few jumps, I had the fish by the boat, and this one was going to feed us well till we reached the Primeiras. We rigged up some island lures with half-peak baits. Decided to run one in Japan on the Tiagra 130. It wasn't long at all, and the Tiagra 130 was screaming. We hooked up to a beautiful 20 kilo plus Dorado. Again, I was lucky enough to get on the rod and fight him. Unfortunately, he shook the hooks right by the boat. He would have been released anyway, so at least we were lucky enough to have seen the size of it. With no more fish around for the rest of the day, we pull in the lures and get ready for supper. After enjoying the beautiful sunset that evening, some of the guys made ready for bed, while others made ready for the first watch. Before we could get ready for the night's sailing, we spotted spectacular lightning on display. The next day, we arrived at Moma. Such a beautiful sight with its island standing out. Of course, we just had to do some fishing here. We didn't have much luck where we were currently fishing. We were on our way to the beautiful coral banks where the waves were crashing over, but there was a problem. We attracted the attention of the local authorities after having them harass us. We decided it's best to just continue on our journey and see if we could find some reefs elsewhere. We found some shallow structure on our route. After jigging on some fish, we didn't have much luck. We set out the spread and kept on going. It wasn't long, and a kuta of over 30 kg came out flying behind the boat. What a heartbreak not hooking that fish. Soon after, a small kuta hooked up. He was going to be rigged as a skip bait for the next big fish to come by. Not too long after that, and we had another fish on. And this time, a better sized kuta. He put up a great fight. We already had a fish in the freezer and a skip bait out, so this guy went straight back after some pictures. Waiting for the big fish to bite, I saddled up in the fighting harness, waiting for the rod to go down. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, and after fooling around, we discovered the harness makes for a great cup holder. Another great day ended off with a spectacular sunset. Everybody tucked in and made ready for their shifts, overexcited to arrive at the Primeiras the following morning. wake up, there's so much fish, guys. So much fish, you don't understand. Yep, and that was our cue. We have arrived on the fabled Prameras reef. It was go time, 2:30 a.m. in the morning. Getting our arms stretched by great sizes of big eye kingfish and giant trevally. We only started filming when the sun came up. By then, we were all in double digits with the amounts of fish we caught. My dad brought up this big Bohar Snapper, just for it to be followed by a big potato bass, trying to eat it. Quickly, he freeze-pulled in hopes to catch the potato bass. But he never got hooked. The Bohar Snapper was luckily still in great shape to be released. The snapper was soon followed up by a good-sized giant trevally. There was lots of amazing bottom fish species to be caught. There was also sharks around to take their fill of your fish. The sharks don't always miss the hooks though, and often get caught. Still having the big potato bass in the back of our minds, we really wanted something big off the bottom. So we sent down the biggest live bait we could find and hooked up. A big Malabar Grouper of about 30 kilograms took this bait. I know how sensitive these fish are to barotrauma, so I played him very slow and calm to ensure the best release possible. I love these fish, so I really am happy about this catch. Some fish unfortunately just don't survive the barotrauma. Nothing was wasted though, and this grouper made for a really tasty lunch. We hooked up to a little torpedo scad, and to our surprise a nice sized kuta was trying to eat it in mid-fight. Next up was a big shoal of rainbow runner swimming right past the yacht. I casted out my golden popper, trying to imitate them. Next thing I know, I have a beautiful green jobfish smashing it. My dad dropped down his lucky Halco Max. Next thing you know, a wahoo comes and smashes it. This place is insane. Sending down a big drop shot, we hook up to a beautiful Yellowedge grouper. then decided to try out the drop shot, hooking up to a beautiful bluefin trevally. Both side release. Catching these Bohar Snappers was just too much fun. They are definitely one of the cooler looking fish out there. Another beautiful bluefin made an appearance. They put up a great fight for their size. Dad got lucky enough to fool this green jobfish into eating his cheek. It is always so rewarding to watch a bottomfish swim away so strongly. Here I have caught a very rare species of emperor. We still don't have an identification for it. A beautiful kuda that just could not resist my whipping spool. May this serve as a lesson to all anglers out there on how not to release a kuta. We unfortunately learned this the hard way, and this fish died. A kuta should be revived before it is released. Our live bait soon attracted the attention of sharks. They wanted to taste the cameraman. The spectacular day has passed. We fished from the morning's darkness into the night. What an unforgettable day it was. It is such a special feeling to have the honor in fishing such untouched locations and leaving them just as healthy as you have found them. We arrived on the next reef on the following morning. We were greeted with big and uncomfortable swells and high winds. A decision was made to rather push on and use this wind to our advantage. I was busy setting the spread at first light when I heard the first rod screaming. I knew it was a prize fish from the get-go. With nobody around to help, I landed the fish just in time to get some pictures and video. My new personal best tuna at about 35 kg released. Another Dorado was on the line. This one a little more acrobatic than the others. After some beautiful jumps, he got his release. We then pulled up to a pinnacle we have been thinking about. It was situated 200 kilometers from land. After a few drops with the jig, I was on with a dinosaur of a jobfish. A new personal best for me of 13 kilograms plus. following day, we encountered a megapod of dolphin, putting on a spectacular display. Our last day on the open ocean. To round off our last day on the Big Blue, we caught some more yellowfin tuna. Dad hooked up to a beautiful big ocean, a very welcome surprise. The last Dorado of the trip. This one came back to Bohar with us to enjoy with the family. As we sail into the Bay of Bazaruto, we are reminiscing on the days past and the sheer amount of joy we got out of them. We are thankful for every fish we caught and every memory we'll be carrying with us forever. The trip was concluded with 30 species caught in 8 days spent sailing in the vast Indian Ocean. The crew was Hugo Nell as our skipper and the owner, Mario as our deckhand, Jasmine as the chef, Barnard as my father, and myself, Tiaan Barnard.